Well, might as well teach you some good stuff, give you a quick tip to help you. Maybe you're going to work this weekend. I know Monday is a holiday, but some of you will be out there hustling, which I appreciate very much. My name is Coach Borino. I'm a real estate trainer, author, former real estate agent, now helping you guys kick butt in real estate. How are you guys? Hope all is well. Hope your weekend is going well. Quick tip that started with this email. And at first I was going to just write some tips to one of my students, but then I figured you might as well benefit from this, but I think you will enjoy as well. So let me show you, where do I have it? Right here. Shirley is one of my students. She just came on board. She's doing the path with me and she's writing, I've been working on doing the work required from the workbooks. Awesome content, by the way. Thanks, Shirley. Glad you like the path. I'm having a hard time choosing what to do first. I will go out and do some door knocking, but before I go out there, I would like to send out an introduction letter or a postcard and slowly work my way up to calling and or door knocking. Shirley from Quebec, Canada. Good to have you with us, Shirley. So let me give you some real quick tips. I started writing it here, so it will save us some time. How do you decide? Where do you start? Where are the leads? Where is the business right now? How to get up and running quickly? First, let me dispel one thing. Don't waste your time with buyers. Whether you're a new agent, you want to get up and running quickly, or you've been at it for a while and you want to add more business, please don't waste your time with buyers. I have plenty of sessions. We've talked about it plenty of times. I'm not going to get into too deep into that. Just focus on listings. The money is in the listings. Your profit, your success is in the listings. So today I'm going to show you a very quick way to say, okay, where do I start? Now, Shirley is on the right track. Shirley wants to start establishing her dominance in the neighborhood, but there's a cool way to go about it and there's a hard way to go about it. So what you need to evaluate before you get into a mode of generating leads and getting business is ask yourself this. If I'm going to go, let's say, farm a neighborhood. So farming, I'm going to put here farming. What kind of skill do I need? What kind of tools do I need for farming? Then ask yourself, is this a good investment? Will it require a lot of money or a little money? Now, I assume maybe you don't have a huge budget. I assume maybe you don't have hundreds or thousands of dollars you can pump into marketing, direct mail, or advertising. So ask yourself, something like farming, not that expensive. So I wouldn't worry about that. I will give it a check here. Now, what kind of results do I get? And this is where people get stuck. It is not about looking for methods to generate business that are pleasant, that are enjoyable, there are, based on what you prefer, there are only two things that should matter to you. Results now or in the future. If I put my time and effort in this lead generation, how much work will it require? How much time do I have to invest in it? And will I get results now or will I get results later? Is it down the road business, down the line, in the future? Or will it get me business now? Very important to know. Because if you're like me, I didn't have 6 months, 12 months, 2 years for a lead to convert. And the trouble with marketing campaigns and lead generation like farming, not that it doesn't work, sure it does. I farmed city of Whittier, several neighborhoods, heavily. But it's a lot of future business, a lot of, we'll be ready in a year. We'll be ready in 2 years when my husband retires. When my kids are out to college. You know what I mean? So you have to very carefully decide, will this get me business now or will this get me business in the future? So that's one. Decide. Do I want results now? Now, my suggestion would be get the results now, and I'll show you where that business is right now. And then ask yourself, what kind of skills do I need to develop in order for me to be really good at it? Because it's a combination of tools and skill. Tools and skill, those are the two things you will always need. And the third factor is, of course, time. How much time do you need to put into it? How much effort it's going to take? And then maybe cash. So something like, let's say, geographic farming, where you pin a neighborhood, if you do that, I do recommend that. Start with your own neighborhood, where you live. That should be your first farm. You should dominate that. If somebody takes listing in your neighborhood, that should piss you off. That should make you really angry. You should own your neighborhood. And the process is really simple. Start with getting to know your neighbors. Who are they? What they do? What is their contact information so you can nurture that connection? And start there and expand out. Now, what kind of skill do you need? First you need, and this goes for almost all of the lead generation that I teach, which is low on cost, now business, Doesn't require complicated systems or tools. It's based on you, your personality, your skill, your ability to communicate with strangers. Because bottom line is this, with all these beautiful tools and all these resources we have, it's still a people business, one person helping another person, and you can do that. So to farm a neighborhood, the tool we need is a CRM. There's a whole bunch of them out there, Top Producer, Follow-Up Boss, Lion Disc, I'm drawing blank, Realty Juggler, whole bunch. Pick one, pick one. They all will do the same thing. You're going to house your leads in there. The leads you're going to generate from farming. You're going to feed them into your contact management system and nurture those connections. That's important. The reason that's important because your business is built on 3 letters. LTR. That's the foundation of your business. No matter where your leads come from, no matter what you do, no matter where you are, starting out, expanding, growing, or coasting because you've reached a certain good income level, it always is based on LTR. They like you, they trust you, and they respect you. These leads you generate will do business with you because they like you, trust you, and respect you. The way they like you, trust you, and respect you is you nurture the connection using a CRM. Now, this is not just about automated drip campaigns and sending emails. This is about nurturing the connection through all the channels, social media, phone calls, texts, visits, emails, videos, all these. So now, knowing this, Edmund Shirley wants to send a letter. First, let me tell you this. If you want to establish yourself farming a neighborhood, don't start with a letter. And the worst possible letter you can send is, hey, I started in real estate. If you know somebody who needs help, send them my way. Think about it. Brand new agent, doesn't have much business, doesn't have much going on. Why would somebody send business their way? That doesn't make sense. Would you go to a dentist who sends you a postcard that says, hey, just opened my practice, come on down for a root canal? Yay! Of course not. Even if it's cheap. Especially if it's cheap, that'd be suspicious. So don't do that. Do not send that, hey, I'm in real estate now, get me business. Why? Because it's about you. The focus is on you. I need money, I need listings, I need business. Send it my way now. I'm not competent enough, I'm not experienced enough, I'm a newbie. People love to work with newbies. Not. You with me? So do not send the introduction letter, as some people still teach you. Bullshit. It's a bad idea. It's a terrible advice. Don't do that. If you want to establish yourself in a community, geographical community, start nurturing connections. So what do you send? Mail is still good. It still works. Sending postcards, sending stuff still works. Especially now with my new phone. We just upgraded the phone, iPhone. There's a feature that if a person calling me is not on my list, it's not in my phone book, the call goes straight into the voicemail. Doesn't even ring. What does that tell you? Things are shifting. Your communication and your tools and your marketing and your lead generation and your prospecting needs to adapt and adjust. So how do you do that? You open all these channels. Mail, direct mail. There are no filters. There are no spam filters. There's no Facebook gods pushing buttons. Who's going to see what? You send it, it gets delivered, it gets seen. Of course it's going to end up in the trash, but so does your email, so does your phone calls, all of that. But you ping them. So I am a fan of direct mail done well. It can be very important, and a lot of the marketing, a lot of the lead generation I teach you incorporates direct mail. It's not the answer to all of it. None of this is the answer to all of it. Phone has its place, direct mail has its place, email has its place. You need to master all these tools, and they should be part of the toolbox you have. The cool thing is someone like Lion Disc, I don't get paid by Lion Disc, by the way. I just think it's a good platform. You can send text, you can send emails, you can make phone calls, you can do all of that. Are you with me? So do not send silly letters. What do you send instead? Rather than focusing on you, I'm new in real estate, you're going to focus on them. Now, what would somebody be interested in? What's going on in a neighborhood? People are curious. I'm curious. I'm not thinking about moving, and yet I always look at these newsletters and updates I get, what's going on in our area. It's kind of cool to see what people are asking for. They look at it as, hey, honey, did you know the Joneses are asking $1.2 million for that piece of shit? I can't believe this. You know? Curiosity. What's been selling? They don't need to be your listings. They don't need to be your sales. Make a nice little newsletter, little postcard, easy to produce. You can go on Canva. You can go on these websites, put them together very quickly, few minutes, bam, bam, bam. Or better, go on Fiverr, and for $5-10, somebody can do those for you. They do a nice design, you can imprint it, you can send them. Now you start establishing yourself as the authority, as the expert on real estate, as somebody who knows what they're doing. Then you're going to start combining. Now, the best way to start owning a neighborhood, if that's your goal, is you deploy multi-channel marketing. That means you can start something like a Facebook group, a neighborhood community group. Not a bad idea. I have a session on Listing University by agents who do that. They become like a mayor of a certain, digital mayor of a certain area. You combine it with the direct mail. Now, the best way to do that is if you get a listing there. Getting just one listing in a neighborhood can open doors because one listing can lead into many, especially if you sell it quickly. Sold sign on your sign is a fantastic advertising. Always do that. Always incorporate pending or sold or under contract, whatever is the legal way of advertising it. That's the best advertising because now you can door knock. Now you can pass out flyers. Now you can do open houses. Now you can tell the neighbors, hey, Jim and Susan hired me. You should hire me too. And you can start spreading that. You can start networking that. So one listing can turn into 2, can turn into 4, can turn into 8, expanding. You with me? So that's the way I would do it. Don't overthink any of this. It is not that complicated. The trick is mastering certain skills. Communication, your time, you need to have it organized. What am I going to do? How am I going to do it? How long? What tools am I going to need? What skill? Communication skill, very important. Develop that. Be good at communicating. Even in this digital age, there still comes a point where you need to have a conversation with a prospect, with a lead, with a past client, with a referral. You still need to master like, trust, and respect. And the best way to do it is just practice. Get good at it. Now, if you want my help, I can help you build these systems. Like one of the things I always recommend is start with leads who are not ready a year from now, who are already doing it, who are already in the process. Those are the fastest, easiest to convert. Yes, you need a skill. Of course you do. But all of this requires skills. You wouldn't sign up for a national philharmonic orchestra without knowing how to play a piano. It requires a skill. You couldn't build a house if you don't know how. It requires a skill. Being a good, successful real estate agent requires skill. That's both good news and bad news. The bad news is you have to develop that skill. It doesn't start from 0 to 100. But the good news is you can develop it. You can learn it. How to communicate, what to say. And I teach you that. That's why I have the bootcamp, the FSBO bootcamp, where we spend 4 weeks building your skills, organizing your business. You know how it all started, this whole FSBO deal? There was a house in my general neighborhood, not immediate, but quite close to where I used to live in Southern California. There was a for sale by owner. It was on the market for quite some time. And I always drew by and I'm like, one day I'm going to stop by. I drove by, one day I'm going to stop by. Drove by, one day I'm going to take that phone number and call the guy. Well, one day, a Century 21 sign popped in the front yard. I'm like, damn it! I should have called. I never thought they would list. Somebody else was smarter than me, figured it out. And that was a little kick in the butt, a wake-up call. For sale by owners end up listing with agents. 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Those are the statistics. 7 out of 10. If you have 10 for sale by owners in your area, statistically, out of those 10 you have in your area, 7 will be listings. How many of those will be yours? So I developed a system because I didn't want to just kind of fly blind, where I didn't know what to say. It was kind of awkward. I felt a little salesy. I didn't know how to follow up with them. So I developed a little system based on simple principles: how to build trust, how to build relationship, offer goodwill. So I felt good. I didn't want to do the salesy stuff. And I don't think you need that too. You don't need to. So that's what the bootcamp is about. I'm going to train you. I'm going to show you that you can be comfortable, you can have a good time, you can talk to these people and be cool and helpful so they look up to you. You will have the resources so you know the process. First I do this, then I do that, then I do that. It's all broken down as a system. So if you want my help, come on board. I take 50 students at a time. I take 50 of you. And in 4 weeks, you're going to know what to do, you're going to know how to do it, you're going to know what to say, you're going to know how to overcome objections, how to set up appointments, how to list these people. But more importantly, you will know how to build a predictable business. Because I'm here to tell you, business like referrals are awesome. I'm a big fan of referrals. Online lead generation, awesome. There are plenty of ways you can generate business, some more expensive than others, some more complicated than others. But it is these core systems I teach you, like the for sale by owners, where you can build a predictable model. See, you cannot build a model around referrals for one simple reason. You cannot predict them. There's no way for you to know, oh, this week I'm going to get 2 phone calls from my past clients. You won't. Maybe you will, but chances are you won't. If you do get them, that's awesome. But you cannot just rely on it and sit passively. That's why I teach you stuff like go work FSBOs. If they end up listing, and if you know how to do this in an elegant, cool, authentic, real way, you can win. So go to goborino.com/FSBO. Check it out. There's a video that explains what you're going to get. It's a pretty cool deal. It's only $197 a month. You can stay for as long as you want. If you just want to do the bootcamp with me, that's awesome. It's also connected with my training program called The Path. So if you want to stay longer, perfect. We'd love to have you. You're going to get a whole bunch of resources, a whole bunch of books, my help, so that you know where the leads are. How do I get them? How do I talk to these people? How do I follow up with them? All of that I will teach you. I will help you with that. So by the time the 4 weeks are up, you have a system built. It will not be beautiful, perfect, but it'll be operational. And many of you will be already getting leads and getting appointments and getting listings. That's my goal. And those of you who won't, we'll just tweak it. We'll fine-tune it until you're on your way. Cool? Has it been helpful? Do you know what to do? Take action, because even imperfect action beats good intention any day. Even imperfect action beats good intention. Whether it's farming, whether it's working for sell-by owners, start somewhere, keep going. Start, keep going. Evaluate. What can I do better? My communication, my time management. I need to improve my skills. I need to improve my marketing materials. Some of the marketing is required, even with FSBOs. Having a nice set of a library of emails and texts, knowing what to say, certain dialogue outlines, all that helps. And you can develop it yourself, or you can take a shortcut and you can hire me to help you with that for only $197 a month. goborino.com/FSBO is the URL. My name is Borino. I'm your coach. I'm here to help. Wishing you all a fantastic weekend. Monday here in the US is a holiday, so we will be off enjoying it a little bit. We're going to travel with the family. And I'll talk to you real soon. Have a fantastic weekend, productive weekend, enjoyable weekend, profitable weekend. All right, thanks for being here today. I'll talk to you real soon. Let's go get him. Ciao.